lying when I tell you this. I swear I ain't lying when I tell you this. You're a masterpiece, baby. Masterpiece, baby. Masterpiece, baby.
I have a very, very special guest DJ, and he goes by the name of DJ Harlem. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm honored to be on the Chyna show. I feel like I made it, you know?
Yeah, so you feel good today?
Yeah, I feel real good. I've just been working hard. It's been busy, been a busy week, you know. In the industry that I'm in, it's just nonstop working, no sleep. So I'm just trying to catch up on some rest.
So what motivated you to become an on-air personality and a DJ?
Well, it's always been my passion for music. When I went to Bowie State, I graduated in the communications department, and I studied radio and TV. And I always knew that I wanted to do something related to music. My dad is an artist. He sings. He started me out as a cello player. The cello, like if you don't know, it's like it's not the violin. It's a little bit bigger than the violin. I started playing that and reading music and everything. I have no idea why he gave me that instrument, but it gave me a lot of foundation in terms of music, and I always wanted to do something related to it. So graduated from Bowie State University, and I was an artist, and I still am an artist, and I make music and I write lyrics. I'm a songwriter as well. But I found myself and my talent and my skills better directed towards an on-air personality.
And
a
why
DJ.
do you feel as though your talents and skill match an on-air personality?
It helped me connect more personal with the listeners and the people that were listening. As an artist, you know, unless you're like super mainstream and a celebrity, you can't really see the feedback of like going on stage and, you know, killing it in front of 1,000, 10,000 people, you know. So with an on-air personality, all you got to do is crack the mic, say what you say, and you'll walk out the station and, hey DJ Harlem, how you doing? I heard you last night on the radio. So the voice is so much powerful even on a smaller platform.
So let's get into about your show, because I'm just like this big fan of your radio show. Is it easy interviewing these top celebrities, or can it be kind of, you know?
I mean, sometimes you do get nervous, but at the end of the day, as you learn people, you understand that they're just like everybody else, you know. We would all like the money that they make, but until then, it's just like their personalities are the same as ours, and they're human and they're regular people. So until you realize that, you know, you just gotta, as long as they're humble and they're themselves, more than likely they feel like a genuine person, and it's just a regular conversation like you and I.
Okay. So do you feel as though Bowie State is a good school for people that want to be in the communication field?
Yeah, it's good. I think any school really is what you make it. I think you just have to really get in your books and really be hands-on with certain things. I don't think the actual classroom can teach you as much anywhere you go. I actually think the hands-on internships and the experience over the summer with you actually putting your hands on the equipment and, you know, really seeing how it works.
So how long have you been working for 93.9 WKYS?
For about 4 years now. My first couple years I was a promotions person, and I've managed to fortunately have my own show. I call it Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights, and it talks about everything, and celebrities come on and you can do whatever you want on the show. It's Harlem Nights.
Okay, so you're gonna have me as a guest on your show?
Yeah, I gotta have you as a guest, definitely, because you got me as a guest and I'm honored, and you know, it'll be a good look to have you.
Okay, so right now we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Got a special guest in here, DJ Harlem.
Hey, we out here. All right.
Okay, guys, we're back from the commercial break with DJ Harlem.
What's
How
up?
you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed to be here. Chyna show.
Okay, so I got some more questions I want to ask you too. Can this industry be somewhat shady? Because I'm trying to get into, and I need to get some tips from you about what I need to do first to become an on-air personality or a DJ.
I mean, first, find the people and surround yourself with the people that are doing what you love to do. and follow them, shadow them, build a rapport with them and a relationship so that when you do ask for some help or some attention in certain areas that they're an open door. You know, I didn't get to where I am if I wasn't so like a good person.
Exactly.
You know, once you're a good
and
person,
you be
people,
humble.
yeah, humble
Exactly.
and respectful to others. They'll see where you're trying to go, and they'll open, you know, some time to.
So I got another question. Is Radio 1 affiliated with 93.9 WKYS?
Yeah, so Radio 1 has different markets in all different areas of the world, like Atlanta. I mean, you name it. It's different places, different markets, and then they have different stations. So 104.1, 93.9, WKYS, 102.3. You know, they separate it from genre, which is gospel, hip hop, and R&B, and then Magic 102.3 is R&B.
What is your show pertaining to your Harlem Night show? Is it just R&B and hip hop, or hip hop and gospel?
It's both, actually, hip hop and R&B, and all those songs are pretty much programmed. So I don't really do much in terms of what songs play, but I talk in between the songs and the commercials.
Now, if people wanted to and to hear your show, where would they have to contact you at? Or if they want to use you for booking for like a DJ, how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram as I am Harlem the number one. I am Harlem the number one. You can follow me on that, and that's on all social media. And if you want to tune into the app, if you're not in the car at midnight, because it's a little late, it's from 12 to 2.
Okay.
If you at home, you can download the app on your smartphone, which is 939 WKYS. 939 WKYS is the app. Mobile app, you can download it. Everybody got a smartphone nowadays, so there's no excuses not to listen. Or if you going to work, you leaving to work, or you out on the road, whatever you doing, just KYS 93.9.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years with your show and your DJing? What would you like to do? Would you like to own your own radio station, or?
Yeah, so I think I want to create my own record label where I have some artists, you know, come in. I'll have the studio accessible for them. Being an artist, being a DJ, being a personality, I think those elements help me understand people better in this industry. So I understand the struggles of an artist. I understand the needs of having to buy equipment as a DJ and vice versa.
So your label, would it be independent label?
Yeah,
or?
it'll be independent, self-owned, CEO.
So what do you feel is much better? Because I hear a lot of people when they're signed, you know, they get ripped off kind of when they're signed to those big labels.
Yeah, because the big labels, I mean, they almost kind of use you in such a way because they see that you already have a platform. So they say, hey, you have these amount of followers on social media, so we can invest in you because we don't have to put too much into marketing you and promoting you because you already have a buzz and a following. So let's capitalize off of that and pay you about 100,000 or whatever, more or even less. But that money you gotta make back doing shows. You know, that's really their money. They're just throwing it to you as an investment to keep you happy, you know, and then, you know, 6 months to a year, they expect that money in return to their investment. So if you don't make that much money doing shows or your album doesn't do well, then there's possibilities that they might, you know, cut you.
Now, I don't know if you're a big movie fan, but I was a big fan of Straight Outta Compton, and the reason why is because I learned a lot about the industry and how, you know, like Ice Cube and Eazy-E, all of them got ripped off.
Right.
How did you feel about that situation where they were all signed to that label under jury, and then they was just...
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a shady business, and you have to be careful. The first thing I would encourage anybody to do is get a mentor or get a manager or somebody that they can really trust, because even myself, I'm learning things and I'm finding out things, but if I didn't have my dad or someone to be like, you know, is this right or is this wrong? Are they trying to rip me off? You know, when you get a platform and you're at a certain level in your career, people would try to offer you so many different opportunities.
And is it important to understand contracts in this type of business if you don't know?
Yeah,
Is it important to have like an entertainment lawyer, you know, with you when you sign these contracts too?
Yeah, absolutely. That way, as an artist, you can focus on the music, you can focus on your creativity, and allow somebody else that does this 24/7, you know, utilize their skills at what they do best, and that way, you know, you have a balance.
Well, you've given out so much information. I'm learning a lot from you, though.
Good.
So why do you feel like your label will be different from everybody else?
You know, I've come from so many different backgrounds and skill sets, even just working customer service at, like, you know, like Lowe's or in different places like that before I got into my career. I understand the customer service and treating people right, treating people fair, hospitality, something as simple as here goes a bottle of water, just treating people, making them feel comfortable and being honest and fair, considering the industry that we're in. People are already skeptical, so they feel like, oh, this place is gonna rip me off, this studio time is this, blah, blah, blah. No, we have some real respect on our rules.
So with the independent label, you got to pay for your own studio time. You got to pay for your own distribution.
Yeah.
Now, do you also have to put your own tours together for your own, if you're signed to an independent label too? Do you have to put together your own tour? Or
Yeah,
you?
I mean, yeah, if you're independent, pretty much you are your own label, so you are running all of those venues, you're booking yourself pretty much. Hopefully you have a manager that can do that, but ultimately without a label with a $1 million budget, then you're pretty much on your own, and that's the
So you yourself, if you want to be in an independent label, you have to have your own team behind you with the budget, manager, everything.
Yeah, yep. Like one person, Chance the Rapper, he was able to capitalize off being independent because he did well on social media. He had the numbers, the streaming and everything was really good. And he was selling merchandise, but it wasn't ran by a label.
I have a question. I'm a little confused about this. What platforms are these independent artists using to get on BET, VH1, and all that? Are they just, is there a platform that they're using?
That's a good question. I haven't figured that out yet, or I would probably be on one. But I know some people that, they do have somewhat of a buzz. And then sometimes you can just pay for that stuff. Like, if you're independent and you got a budget, sometimes you can just pay for it. And, I think that's what it really is. I don't think they just hopping on BET like that and then be a random person. You'll see a random person. Like, how did you get there? But sometimes, and a lot of times, it's who you know. And networking is the key success in this business.
So social media it's a big thing when it comes to being independent.
Yeah, social media to me is the new record label in today's time.
Okay.
If you use
Yeah,
it
because even Kodak Black, he was independent, but now he's signed to a major label.
Yep, yep.
Hopefully he stays out of trouble.
Yeah, the young people these days, unfortunately, XXX, whatever his name, he passed away. They murdered him as a 20-year-old rapper, and it's just sad.
But it seemed like all these, like Kodak Black, I think he's like 22.
Yeah.
Trill Sammy, he's like only 22 too. All these young artists are doing so well now. Like it's different from how it was like in the 90s. Like I grew up listening to Erykah Badu, Nas, Exhibit. It's just it's different now. It's
different. The music is different, and the way they're brought up is different. But it's very scary in terms of like the type of energy that they're putting out in their lyrics and their content, because people are holding them accountable to be that gangster or be that tough rapper. And with your friends being young, people get jealous of you, and they not, everybody in your circle is not for you, even though they with you. So it's a tough industry.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into a little bit of the sports side. What is different from entertainment versus sports? How do you feel about that? Because it's all entertainment.
Yeah. Sports, I think they're an awesome platform. Sports has a way of reaching people, whether you're an NFL player, basketball player, you have some type of influence and you have a voice. And I just think the power of entertainment for everybody, it's a way of connecting to the world. And I think that if you use your voice in the right way, it's an extremely powerful thing.
Like I look at LeBron James, and he's also playing basketball, but now he's in the producer side now, executive producer shows and all that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it opens up the door to so many different avenues as an entertainer, sports or music, whatever. You have the ability to stem off to different things. That's why Diddy has his liquor.
Right.
It's you can come up with your own clothing line. It's so much with a brand.
Are you familiar with endorsements for like musicians? What type of endorsements would you like to have if you ever?
Endorsements? I mean, money is money. If it's something.
Because Boosie got his own liquor and.
Yeah. Not necessarily liquor for me, because I'm not like a drinker. So I wouldn't be able to like passionately push that. But something as a clothing line, like if Adidas or Nike or somebody like that said, hey, we'll sponsor you, endorse you, I would wear their clothes each and every day. No problem.
All right. Well, it's been fun interviewing you today, DJ Harlem. And I'm going to tune into your show. His show is on 93.9 WKYS. It's been an honor interviewing you today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Chyna Gray Show. And I'm back with the guest that I had last week, DJ Harlem. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me back. I must have done a very good job the first time.
Yeah, you did. Pretty good.
Appreciate it.
So I got a couple of more questions I wanted to ask you.
I got some questions for you too, by the way. Go ahead.
Okay.
You first.
So what do you want people to know about you as far as being a DJ?
As far as being a DJ and just an overall person, I would just say I want people to know that I'm a positive person. I believe that, you know, what you put out is what you're going to get in return. And I'm always a person of putting out positive energy. I'm a man of faith and I'm a believer. So, you know, when people come across me, I don't have any wrong intentions. You know, I really mean well as a person, as business, and I really want to provide the best service that I could possibly provide.
Okay. So how long have you been a DJ?
Been a DJ for only a couple years, actually, but I've created a process where I pretty much train every morning, every night. You know, I'm practicing, and I've developed my own skill and my own way of doing it that works, you know, universally. And I realized that in the industry, I was referring people to these gigs that I was getting asked to DJ for, and I didn't know how to DJ. So I would say, hey, how much you charging? I would say, how much you paying? And they would be like, yeah, I'm paying like $500, or I'm paying $1,000, I'm paying $1,500. You got a DJ? And I'd be like, man, I will regret the fact that I couldn't DJ at the time. So
was it hard for you to learn how to?
Nah, it wasn't hard, because nowadays you have YouTube and you have all of these different avenues where you can research and kind of get some ideas of whatever it is that you're trying to do. You can make anything and do anything if you just search YouTube and type it in.
Okay. So what are the upcoming projects you're working on now as far as a DJ and a radio host? You got something going on this summer?
Yeah, I'm very excited. This summer, August 25th, actually, I'm going to be doing my own event. As soon as I became an on-air personality, I knew it was my vision and my dream to provide a platform for younger people, all of ages, actually, of anybody that has any type of particular talent that they want to get across. Because now I'm bringing the media, which is WKYS. I'm bringing myself as a platform, as a DJ, on-air personality. So now you're going to get the value that you deserve as an artist, to see you live performing and doing what you do best. That's August 25th. It's going to be at the city. It's going to be at the Bowie Performance and Arts Center. And it's just going to give young people a platform. And now that I have a platform to reach people, it's one of the amazing things that I've accomplished.
So how can people, is this an event that are you selling tickets or? Yeah,
I'll be selling tickets, but actually all the proceeds are going to Brain Tumor Association. So yeah, my girlfriend actually, you know, goes through, you know, and kind of suffers with that. And she's going through that now, but God has been with her, that she's been able to live and be very healthy. So we are encouraged that by having these proceeds and sowing it to some other people that have the same situation will definitely benefit them, and also, you know, give us a peace of mind knowing that we are doing some good things in the community.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Who is your support system?
My support system is my mom, my dad. Actually, I'm fortunate to have them in my lives. You know, some young people grow up without that guidance and without that leadership and without that person to say, hey, this is what you should do. These are the mistakes I made, and here's what you should do differently. So I'm fortunate and blessed. It has its ups and downs because they're really hard on me, but it is very fortunate because they are always encouraging me and they believe in me. And most of the time, all you need is somebody to believe in you. And most of the time, they'll believe in you more than you'll believe in yourself. So first and foremost, it was my parents, and then it's important to keep a good circle and surround yourself with the right people.
Okay. So, is there some things you could share with me about being in this industry? I know that you mentioned last time this industry could be kind of shady. You have your ups and downs, but can you explain to me what it takes to actually become a DJ, or what you have to go through to become a DJ?
Yeah, I mean, in this industry, everybody's going for the #1 spot. Everybody wants to be super popular. Everybody wants to be trending on all social media platforms. Everybody wants to be the P. Diddy of whatever they're doing. And sometimes it's best to even just play the back scene, play the back row. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're behind the scenes, be encouraged that you are the person that makes everything happen. So most people have an ego or a thing to them where they want to be up front. And I think a lot of times in this area is individuals that continue to be individuals. Yeah, they continue to be individuals and they never grow because they never allowed themselves to step back and give somebody else another opportunity. So you'll get a lot of ego involved. You'll get a lot of
competition.
Yeah, a lot of competition also. So you really got to do your best. And one person told me, and this was probably the greatest advice that I can give somebody, that no matter what it is that you do, whether you're a painter, any type of artist, whether you're a doctor or a dentist, nobody can do what you do the way you do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So everybody has their own technique and their own style.
Yeah, everybody has their own style. So just because you DJ, it's not necessarily who's better or who's not better. It's the fact that you can't do what I do because I'm DJ Harlem, and I can't do what you do because you're DJ so-and-so.
Exactly.
We do it differently. We look differently while we're doing it, and we have our own technique and own training to make it our own.
So another question, do you believe college is necessary if you're trying to be in an industry like me, communication, or becoming a DJ, or just being in the industry, period? Do you think college is necessary?
That's a good question, and I'm kind of stuck in between the two because I did go to school. Exactly. I didn't get my master's yet, but I'm considering it very heavily right now. But I would say to anybody out there that's in the industry of whatever you're trying to get into, I would say go to college because that gives you cushion. That gives you, some support in terms of when you do go for a job. They do see some credentials that you have went through a curriculum that allows those skills to be manifested within you. After you go to college, I suggest that even when you're in college also, suggest that you get some type of training or some type of intern so that you do have that experience. I understand that.
Do you believe that you could teach yourself?
Yeah, you can be self-taught. I do encourage being self-taught. I encourage to go to trade school instead of a 4-year college. Exactly. You can do a 2-year and be very hands-on as opposed to going to a 4-year and trying to be a DJ and studying science and Spanish and some of the prerequisites that they make you take in order to get the credits that you need. So most importantly, I would just say get hands-on with stuff.
Can you be overlooked too? Like if you went to college, can you be overlooked?
Yeah,
your resume or?
Yeah, you can be overlooked. Resume is not everything. What's on the paper, it means something, but you can be overlooked until that point where you can say, let me show you what I can do. And get hands-on and actually make that cake and actually play that music and actually do it hands-on. Until then, you will be overlooked. So you have to be confident in yourself, and you have to be very clear about what you can do on paper and off paper.
Okay. So what influence do you have on people as a DJ? Or how would you like them to look up to you being a DJ?
It goes back to what I was saying. I wake up in the morning and I feel so, I really feel good about myself. Not only because I work out too, so I feel good inside and out. But mentally, your mental state has to be in a point where you wake up every day motivated, doing something purposeful that you really enjoy doing and that you have a passion to do. It's a difference between, passion, and it's a difference between your gift too.
Do you really have a passion, or you really just doing this for
money? No, I have two. So it's a passion and there's a gift. I have a gift. The gift is from God. Can't nobody take that away from you. Your passion is something that you kind of mold or get to understand about yourself. So DJing and music was my passion, but then I had to find what was my gift that will play off my passion that I love to do. and it became DJing, and it became, you know, an on-air personality. It could have been a hip-hop artist. It could have been anything, but I found it, and then you got to take it and run with it.
So how do you advise people that, you know, would like to do an apprenticeship with you? How would you advise them?
Again, I would just say get the experience that you need. Be encouraged each and every day. Surround yourself with the people that are, with the people that are doing it. You got to get out your comfort zone too. Exactly. You know, I only started being very successful when what they say, what's that famous saying? They say, tired of being sick and tired, or something like that.
Doing stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable, kind of.
Yeah. So until I hit rock bottom and said, listen, it's ultimately up to me. I'm accountable for my own success, and I have to do what I have to do. And I had to get very uncomfortable. And the trick to that is, the first step to being uncomfortable is like just jumping in. You got to take that leap of faith, and you just got to jump. And I remember training overnight and training in front of people that made more money than me, that was a lot better than me, been in the game longer than me, and I felt so out of my box, so out of my element. I was so uncomfortable. I just wanted to go home right then and there, but I stayed all 6 hours. I stayed all 8 hours. I stayed overnight. I stayed extra time, and that ultimately got me to where I am. So those people out there that's really into getting to the next level, you have to get out your comfort zone. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be exciting until you get over that fear of it being uncomfortable. And then midway, it's going to be second nature, and you're going to love the process. Once you love the process.
So what advice do you have for me, being a black young lady trying to break into the industry, trying to be a radio host? What advice do you have for me?
I mean, if you don't mind, if I ask you, like, what brings you, what gives you the desire to be in the industry? Is it what you see on TV? Is it what your friends do? Where do you find that passion? This is what I was born to do. This is what you were born to do. Exactly. Got you. And you find that, I mean, what is your inspirations now? Like, what do you look at and be like, oh my goodness, I would love to do that? Like, where do you find your inspiration at? Through celebrities or through everyday life? Through yourself?
Myself.
That's good. That's good. You find inspiration through yourself because you know what you can do, basically. Exactly. That's good. Confidence. You got to have that. And I believe when people don't see it in themselves, they overlook their own potential.
And I'm not just doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love to do it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So what are they teaching you in school right now, and how hands-on are you on what you're learning?
Well, hands-on, I'm doing the interviews now, and they're taking a look at that, of course, and I'm building my own brand. Right. So they're going to promote me to different schools that I want to go to. Wow. So
that's good. And I think the key of what you just said is promoting your own brand, because that's how you really get paid, you know, when you're in this industry. Because although I might work for KYS as a big radio station platform, I still have to do the work. So I have to go out there and promote myself as DJ Harlem and put on flyers, DJ Harlem, for your parties and for your events. I still have to do that. The station is not going to do that for you, you know, 100%.
They already have their selves together, so everything is kind of like on us.
Oh, you already got it going on? Yeah. Wow. That's exciting. I guess I can talk to you all day about this industry. I wish you the success that I know that you will get. Anything that I can do to help you. That's what it's all about in the DMV and all over the world. It's about encouraging the next person, your brother, your sister, your family member to excel.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we encourage each other now the way the industry is going, or you think it's just?
Some people do, some people don't. Like I said, some people have certain motives that do not align with getting to the next level. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's greed, sometimes it's other things, but only very few. And you have to find those people and be able to recognize them when you see them, that this is real and this is fake.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being a guest again on the Chyna Gray Show. And I learned a lot of information from you about being in the industry, what it takes to be a DJ. So
I appreciate it. It's been an awesome time. I thank you, and I wish you the best of success.
Thank you.
All right.